Is the 1994 softball team still here? I'm glad you are. Let's welcome their two representatives here tonight, senior captain Monica Everett and teammate Alyssa Noel Klein. 1994 softball. They made a mark that can never, ever be topped. The 1994 RMU softball team became the first program in school history, regardless of sport, to be ranked nationally. These Colonials peaked at number 23 in the USA Today National Fast Pitch Coaches Association poll and route to an overall record of 32-18, including a perfect 6-0 mark in the Northeast Conference. During the early portion of their schedule, Robert Morris earned a 1-0 victory at Florida State and also grabbed notable non-conference wins over Penn State, not once but twice, and they beat the University of Oklahoma as well. RMU claimed its fourth consecutive NEC tournament title in 1994 thanks to a 12-4 win over Rider. They advanced to the NCAA play-in series where they fell in a pair of 2-1 decisions to the University of Maine. Members of the squad that have been enshrined in the Robert Morris Athletic Hall of Fame include Tara Prosser back in 1999 and Heather Ferrari in 2000. Now tonight, as one, they become the second ever team to be enshrined, joining the 1982-83 men's basketball team in the RMU Hall of Fame. Representing the team tonight, senior captain Monica Everett and teammate Alyssa Noel Klein.
As the co-captain of the 1994 team, I'm going to serve as the gong. And Alyssa's got 2.5 minutes to speak, and Monica's got 2.5 minutes to speak. Congratulations, 1994 softball team.
Good evening, and thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Speaking on behalf of the 1994 Robert Morris softball team, I would like to thank the staff and the Hall of Fame committee for honoring us with this induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm also honored to be up here along with Monica Everett and Heather. Monica, by the way, was the most sought-after hitter on the entire East Coast back in 1990. I'm so glad that she played for us because I was so scared to play third base with her at the plate. Anyway, these 4 years that we played and the accomplishments that we had are something to be proud of. I would have to say that perseverance and hard work is what makes this team so special. Our journey reminds me of a story that I will never forget. One year, Monica, myself, and a few others were in Florida for spring training, and we had some free time to spend. And yes, Dad, we did get to play some games down in Florida. We decided to go to Wet n Wild, a water park. They had a ride where you could kneeboard around a small lake by holding onto a tow rope that was pulled by a machine. These boys in line in front of us told us that the trick was to lean forward. Boy, that was wrong. I went first, and when I leaned forward, my board went right into the water. I remember Monica didn't make it the first time either. On the second try, I decided to lean back, and it worked. Monica was right behind me, and I remember her telling me that if I can do it, she can do it. To my pleasant surprise, when I got off the ride at the end, Monica was right behind me. We didn't give up. This type of perseverance is what makes these softball players so special. From Tara Prosser pitching every single game in the Northeast Conference tournament in 1991 and winning it coming out of the loser's bracket, she totally deserved being the tournament MVP 2 years in a row. And I'm sorry to say that she couldn't make it here tonight. To being the lucky one chosen to work the second floor at the men's basketball games because they had to use a brown magic marker to fill in the scratches on the arms of the chairs. To playing at Penn State when students in the dorms proudly narrated one of our games because Bugs Bunny played every position. To Carol Ewan getting a line drive to the face. I think she actually started the fashion of wearing face masks on the field. To me, being late and missing afternoon practice at the field because I was heading to night practice at Soul Center twice. Thanks for making me run laps for that, Craig. To playing UCLA and giving them a run for their money by scoring 2 runs, turning a double play, and only losing by 4 when they were the best team in the country. And last but not least, winning the Northeast Conference 4 years in a row and getting a preseason ranking of 24th in the country in 1994. This is what makes these softball players the women that they are today, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. We worked hard, we never gave up, and we brought this team together in a way that nobody can imagine.
So, first of all, I'm going to put this up because I'm a little taller than she is. I would just like to say thank you to the school. This is a great honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So thank you to Robert Morris University. It's an even bigger honor to be inducted with Mr. P. Mr. P, you did not coach us on the field, but you absolutely coached us in life. And you could not be upset around Mr. P. I don't know if anybody was ever around him. You were always inspirational to us. You always had a smile on your face. You coached us in life. And for that, I am forever grateful. It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much to my parents for being here. You can probably spot them. Those are my parents. Yeah, so thank you to them. And thank you to Dr. Coleman, my coach. He was incredible. So in 1990, when Robert Morris decided to make a competitive softball team, they obviously needed a psychiatrist to come and coach the team. And the powers that be probably knew that because Craig dealt with a lot, from boyfriend meltdowns on the field to people with ADHD like myself. Back then it was known as stupidity. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you know, I couldn't concentrate to save my life. But he brought us all together as a unit and made us successful. So here's what I say. The success or failure of any team, church, organization, business rises and falls on leadership. Would you guys agree with that? There was no such thing as a good team with a bad leader. And you can see that in any sports. You'll see elite athletes with bad leadership. They don't fire the athletes. They fire the leader. And I will say that we had one of the greatest leaders that we could have had, and that was Dr. Coleman. Absolutely. John Maxwell, an expert on leadership, wrote a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I don't know if anybody's read that, but John Maxwell's a pretty awesome guy. Like 3 people? Awesome. Okay. So he wrote 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I'm just going to point out a few, and when I say a few, I mean 4, that really speak to the leader that Dr. Coleman was. The first one was considered the law of solid ground. Trust is the foundation of leadership. How does a leader build trust? By consistently exemplifying competence, connection, and character. And that's what he did for us. He meshed us together. He breathed belief into us. He made us believe that we could win. Now, in the beginning, we didn't play like great colleges. We played like DeVry and Strayer University and colleges like that. But I mean, we won, and we really believed that we could win, and obviously we did. So we trusted him, and we did whatever he wanted us to do. The second law was the law of connection. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. For leaders to be effective, they need to connect with the people. All great leaders recognize this truth and act on it almost instinctively. You cannot move people to action unless you first move them with emotion. And that's exactly what you did, Craig. That's exactly what you did. The next one is the law of influence. The measure of true leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. True leadership cannot be awarded, appointed, or assigned. It only comes from influence, and that cannot be mandated. It must be earned, period. The last one is the law of legacy. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. What you do, what do you want people to say at your funeral? And that's really what we think about. If you want your leadership to have real meaning, you need to take into account the law of legacy. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. If you desire to make an impact on a future generation, then you must become highly intentional about your legacy. And that's what you've done for us, Dr. Coleman. Thank you so much for allowing a group of girls to leave a legacy to this college. Thank you again for allowing us to be a part of this. This is such an honor. And again, Mr. P, it's a great honor to be here. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you to my parents again for being here. And thank you guys for sticking us out with this. I am done, I promise you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to ask Marty Velosi, our Associate Director of Athletics, to come up and hand out the plaques to the individual members of the 1994 softball team, a Hall of Fame softball team. Doesn't that sound nice? Yes! Yeah. Don Bauer. Student Manager Chris Ross. Sandy Dobrin. Allison Dubinsky. Monica Everett. Carol Ewan. Heather Ferrari. DeWong Foos. Sherry Lannick. Athletic trainer Nancy Martin. I don't know if Nancy got here yet, did she? Not quite? Okay. I have a note from Nancy coming up. Assistant coach Kevin McCarthy. Amy McKenzie. Missy Nelson. Alyssa Noel. Tara Prosser is unable to be here due to a work commitment tonight, but we remember her. Assistant coach Steve Reed. Lisa Sabatini. Missy Bensel. Amanda Weimer. And our head coach and current athletic director, Dr. Craig Coleman. Mentioned Nancy Martin, the athletic trainer. She could not get here in time tonight, and she sent a note. She says, "Please forgive my absence. I recently accepted a position with UPMC, and my primary responsibility is being the athletic trainer for the Pittsburgh Passion. I'm also the voice of those guys, gals. Unfortunately, the team practices every Friday and Saturday evening, so I won't be able to attend the formal events planned. I am disappointed by this, and I have a lot of great and funny memories of this team. They should all be proud of their first nationally ranked team in RMU history. I may, however, be able to attend the team reunion later this evening at the hotel. That sounds just like Nancy Martin, doesn't it? My best to Craig and all the players. Also a big shout out to Chris Shublin. Thanks, Nancy, for the love. Have a wonderful time from Nancy Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Softball Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. This is a great accomplishment. Our first nationally ranked team, 1994 softball. Congratulations, and thank you so much for all coming back and returning here to Robert Morris University tonight. Super.